Hey y'all, it's Miss Mandy here, just keeping it real on this fabulous Friday. So it was brought to my attention that I posted a bit of a rant the other day about the grocery rebate and how it's only going to tally up to about $800 a year for a family of four, blah, 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 all that stuff. I'm sure if you watched it, you remember. Now, perhaps it was early. My math may not have been mathing. I might have said a couple things out of the correct order, but I was correct in what I was saying. I mean, let's face it, okay? So yeah, I misspoke and I said $15 a month. I meant $15 a week or $15 per person per month, whatever it is. So we've all agreed, okay, that the benefit is only going to give people back their own money that they've already given to the government, which they shouldn't have had to give to the government in the first place. B, that it's also going to be only 12 million people, which in the grand scheme of Canada is not very many people because there are 41.5 million people here. Also that this benefit's only going to go to people who qualify, and most of the people who qualify are people who are already receiving government benefits. So let's just keep that in mind. But back to the initial problem, okay? So the initial issue is, even with this rebate that is giving us back our own money that we already gave them, it's only going to tally up to this grand total of about $800 per year, which works out to give or take around $60 a month. While everybody's saying, well, but that'll be on top of what they already get and blah, blah. Okay, fine, good, whatever. We're going to do a little experiment today. I need to go grocery shopping. Happens to be that day of the week. We're a little low on essentials, and they're specifically saying that this rebate is groceries and essentials. So come on with me. We're going to go to the grocery store and we're going to see just about how far $60 will go in a month's worth of essentials. I'm only shopping for a week personally, and there's only 2 of us, not 4. So let's just go. We're going to have a little fun. Let's see what the prices are like, and we'll go from there with this discussion. Let's go. All right, here we are. We just pulled into the parking lot at the grocery store. A couple tidbits of information. Number one, I don't have a lot of options in grocery stores. I only live outside of in a rural area. So the closest grocery store to me is about a 10-minute, 15-minute drive, and it's the only grocery store within 30-minute drive of my house. So I don't have as many options as some. So that's one thing. I mean, some people have more options. I get it, but I don't. Secondly, I also brought my own bags so that we will not have to pay for bags. And I've made a list, and we are only getting 1 week's worth of essentials for a 2-person household. And unlike Carney's videos, I will be showing the prices on the products. See you inside. from the grocery store. Just figured I'd do a little bit of a review of everything we purchased. Now, keeping in mind, obviously, some people are not going to have the same issues. I have a cat. I had to get cat food. I also have dogs. I didn't need dog food today. So, obviously, there's going to be some discrepancies from what the average person might consider a week's worth of groceries. And I can guarantee you that this pile will not last a week for the two of us. So keep that in mind. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, so what do we got here? I got some ground beef because I'm going to make a meatloaf, which will last us a few days. The ground beef was $20 just by itself. A head of iceberg lettuce. I usually go with like a romaine or something, but the iceberg was cheaper today. To go with the lettuce, we've got some peppers and some cherry tomatoes and some carrots. Those carrots and cherry tomatoes will last us the whole week. Some grapes for snacks, some bananas for breakfast or snacks. We've got some eggs, some cheese. Normally, I don't buy the Cracker Barrel. I normally get No Name, but the Cracker Barrel was on sale, so it was cheaper than regular No Name. We got some dressing for our salads. Tissues, they were on sale. Plus, it is cold and flu season here in Canada, so we're going through these like crazy. Got some cat food because I do, in fact, have a cat. Not everybody does. I get it. Got some milk, some cream for coffee, and a loaf of bread. And that haul, which is really not much, it was about 3 bags, 2 bags maybe. Plus, I got a case of water because we're on a well here and our water is not the best for drinking. So I got a case of water as well and a case of club soda, which you might say is not a necessity, but to me, it's a necessity. And, I worked for 35 years. I deserve to have some club soda. But that was $167. So, what's $60 a month going to get a family of 4? That won't last 2 of us a whole week. Like, some of it will. These will last. These will last. These won't. These will be gone. The butter, that'll probably last about the week. Those will be gone before the end of the week. We're going to make burgers one night. The bread will be gone within a matter of a few days. Milk and cream, we'll have to buy that again for sure within the week. So, yeah, that's $167 worth of groceries right there. So at this point, you might be asking yourself, does she still have her toque on in the house? Yes, she does. Because after going out and back, I'm full of static cling. So we're just going to roll with it, okay? But the point of this whole mini exercise is to demonstrate that don't fall for this, we're going to give you money to help thing. The amount of money that they're giving, okay, and let's just face it, they're not giving you money. They're giving you back your own money. They're not giving you new money. It's not added money. This is money that you already paid out that you're going to get a little bit more of back. Don't go thinking that this is some grand thing that's going to make life all better, because it's not. Obviously, you just saw that. That's for 2 people for 1 week, and we're at $167. So $60 a month for a family of 4 is not going to help the way they're making it sound like it's going to help it. It's just not. It's a Band-Aid. There's a Band-Aid fix. We don't need a Band-Aid fix. We need a proper fix. We need the government to drop the industrial carbon tax and either lower or drop the fuel standards tax. Because if those 2 things were reduced down, farmers and truckers who bring all that great stuff to the grocery store wouldn't be paying such high expenses. And then, therefore, that would trickle down to the rest of us. And it wouldn't be $167 for a week's worth of food. In the summertime, we're quite fortunate. We live in the country. I have a massive garden. We grow as much of our own as we can in the summertime. I can't wait to show you guys that. But not everybody can do that. If you live in an apartment, you don't have that kind of access. You can maybe grow a few things for yourself, but it's just not realistic. What is realistic? Drop these taxes. Make it so that the truckers and the farmers can afford to grow and bring our food to the grocery stores without taking such a hit. I don't know how people afford to live off minimum wage now. I don't know how anybody manages to feed a family of 4. So that was my little experiment for the day. I hope y'all like it. It was a lot of fun. I don't know how this video is going to turn out because I'm still new at this whole editing stuff. So I apologize if it's horrible in the end, but it is what it is. So if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, keep coming back. We're going to rant about random things on random days. That's just the way we are here. Keeping it real with Miss Mandy. All right. Have a great day. Love y'all. Be kind to one another. Bye.